happens if you don't sleep. For 7 days. Not just feeling tired, not just being a little unfocused, but completely losing control of your mind. Because sleep is not optional. It is not just a break for the body. It is not just rest. It is one of the most important biological functions, keeping your brain stable, clear, and alive. And when you take that away, the human mind begins to fall apart. Slowly at first, then all at once. Sleep is when your brain repairs itself. It processes information. It regulates emotions. It restores energy. It keeps your memory, coordination, and judgment working the way they should. Without it, your thoughts become weaker. Your emotions become unstable. Your body becomes stressed. And eventually, your brain starts turning against you. This is not fiction. This is not some horror story. This is what can really happen when the brain is pushed too far. After just 24 hours without sleep, the damage begins. At first, it may not seem dramatic. You feel tired, your eyes burn, your body feels heavy. But inside your brain, things are already changing. Your reaction time drops, your judgment gets worse, your focus weakens. And suddenly, even simple tasks start to feel harder than they should. Reading becomes slower. Conversations feel harder to follow. Your body responds just a little too late. In fact, staying awake for 24 hours can affect your brain in a way that feels similar to being drunk. And that is only day 1. After 48 hours, your body starts to panic. Now it is no longer simple tiredness. Your memory gets worse. Your speech becomes slower. Your concentration begins to break apart. You might read the same sentence over and over again. You might forget what you were doing just a few seconds ago. You might lose track of simple thoughts in the middle of thinking them. Emotionally, things begin to shift. You may become irritable, anxious, overly emotional, or strangely numb. Your brain is now struggling to stay normal. And the longer this continues, the worse it gets. By day 3, things start becoming disturbing. This is where sleep deprivation begins to cross into something darker. Your brain starts to hallucinate. You may see movement in the corner of your eye. You may hear sounds that are not there. You may feel like someone is behind you, watching you, even when nobody is there. Shadows begin to feel alive. Normal spaces begin to feel wrong. And the scariest part is that when this starts happening, you may not even fully realize how far gone you are. Because now, reality itself is beginning to blur. And once reality starts to blur, everything becomes dangerous. After 4 days without sleep, your mind can no longer process the world properly. Time stops feeling normal. Minutes feel like hours. Hours disappear without warning. You begin losing your sense of orientation. You may forget where you are. You may struggle to understand what is happening around you. Your thoughts become fragmented, disorganized, broken. This is also the point where some people experience temporary psychosis. That means the brain begins to lose its grip on reality. You may believe things that are not true. You may react to threats that do not exist. You may become afraid of people, places, or sounds for reasons you cannot explain. At this stage, you are not functioning normally anymore. You are surviving. By day 5, your body is deep in survival mode. Your stress hormones remain high. Your immune system weakens. Your heart rate can become unstable. Your body feels exhausted, but your brain still cannot recover. And mentally, things become even worse. Paranoia increases. Fear becomes harder to control. Confusion gets heavier. Some people feel detached from themselves, detached from the world around them, like they are watching reality from outside their own body. At this point, you are not just sleep deprived, you are losing control. After 6 days, the brain begins to shut down. Coordination gets worse, movement becomes clumsy, thoughts stop flowing properly. You may try to speak and struggle to find words. You may try to focus and fail almost instantly. Your perception of reality becomes unstable. Your body is still technically awake, but your mind is no longer working the way it was designed to. You are now reaching the point where the human system begins to break. And then comes day 7. The consequences can become severe. Your brain has been under relentless stress for too long. Your body has been denied recovery for too long. And the damage is no longer just mental. This can lead to severe cognitive failure, extreme disorientation, dangerous physical instability. In extreme cases, organ failure can happen. And yes, in the worst situations, death becomes possible because the brain cannot survive indefinitely without rest. No matter how strong someone thinks they are, no matter how determined they are, the human body always collects the price in the end. And the scariest part? This is not just a theory. There have been real people who pushed themselves too far, people who stayed awake too long, people who believed they could keep going until their mind began collapsing in front of them. Sleep is one of those things people love to ignore. People skip it for work, for stress, for entertainment, for ambition. But the truth is simple. Your brain can survive 1 bad night, maybe even 2. But after that, you are no longer just pushing through tiredness. You are stepping into something far more dangerous, something invisible, something gradual, something that does not feel serious until it is already too late. So the next time you think sleep is optional, remember this. Your body needs rest. Your mind needs rest. And when the brain is denied the one thing it depends on most, it doesn't just become tired, it begins to break.